Hi, it's Kim with Getting Bolder, and today's subject is a little bit serious for a road trip video. It's about how seniors sometimes find themselves in the position where they're torn between doing what would give them financial security and what will give them physical security. I'm here seeing a friend in Albuquerque, and she moved here for a very specific reason. It's cheap. In fact, she's able to buy a condo here for less than what it was taking her to rent a condo in the previous area where she lived. Now, this condo is what's known as a fixer-upper, and it is located in what's known as a working-class neighborhood, both of which are euphemisms for the fact that it's in an area with a lot of drug use, a lot of vagrancy, a lot of homelessness, and a lot of crime. Now, don't get me wrong, Albuquerque itself is fantastic. I mean, last night we were at the glorious and internationally well-known Balloon Fiesta, where we watched the balloons light up, under an incredible backdrop of mountains, an incredible moon over our heads. It was just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm not banging on Albuquerque. I'm just saying that it's inexpensive for a reason. Well, we get up every morning, dark early, to take the dogs out for the walk because our dogs are old just like us and they have to pee. So when we're out there in the dark at 6 o'clock, we pass homeless encampments. I've seen needles on the ground. There's a lot of trash in the area. It's really pretty intimidating and scary. And last night, we saw something in the stairwell, and I'll be honest with you, as we were coming back into her apartment, there was activity in the stairwell, and I thought I witnessed one thing, and she thought she was witnessing something else. We debated it later, but either way, neither one was anything you want to see in a stairwell. So some sketchy stuff goes on all around her. That's part of being a fixer-upper, affordable, in a transition neighborhood. My friend is super talented in kind of a DIY sense, and the inside of her condo is gorgeous. I mean, her little patio area, it's a sanctuary. She's made it so beautiful. So you can have and create an incredibly nice space in a transitioning neighborhood. But there's a certain amount of at least discomfort and possibly danger that comes with being the first one as a neighborhood transitions. Now, the good news is, in this neighborhood, there's quite a few people about our age, and there are at least 4 women and 2 men that she knows who feel the same way she does. They really want to clean the place up. They want to replace the board, get a better HOA, get a better management team, and it can be done. There's already some complexes in this same area that have turned the corner and seem a lot cleaner and safer and better maintained than hers. So she's got the inspiration, a little bit of elbow grease, a few years invested in trying to make it right, and she can turn her minimal financial investment in this into something really cool. She could turn the corner and make a lot of money on this and end up in an absolutely incredible place. So she's got a cadre of like-minded fellow residents around with her, and they can turn the corner. The thing is, it's not going to happen overnight. And until it happens, my friend and her friends are a little vulnerable. These are super good people. They all are smart, well-educated. They work their whole lives. But they were teachers. They were social workers. Some of them worked in the government. And they were helpers. They were the helpers of our society. And the unfortunate truth that we all know is the helpers of our society often are not well paid. So they end up without millions in the bank, and they need to make these kinds of decisions, taking the risk to go into an area and kind of invest in making it better. The problem is, when you do that as a senior, is that everyone in this neighborhood is vulnerable. But if you're in your 60s or 70s, you probably have issues of vision, of hearing, of balance, of muscular strength. You're just not that fast. Let's face it, we look like walking targets. I was acutely aware of that when we were in the neighborhood going past one of the encampments. I'm like, we just probably look like easy pickings with our 2 older women with our older dogs. And that is a little scary. Which brings us to at least 3 questions that I think we can talk about, probably more, but maybe just 3 for this video. And the first one is, when you're retired, you've got more time, but your money is finite. Usually there's not much more coming in, or if it is, you know what it is. It's income from investments. It's maybe a pension. It's Social Security. And the question then becomes, you've got all this time. You can chase your travel fantasies. You can do things like go to the cool balloon festival. I mean, last night I was talking to a bunch of people there that were sitting at our table, all about the same age, and they were all saying the same thing. We've got the time now to do the kind of stuff we want. But then the conversation very quickly turned to money. How fast do you dip into your money? Can you afford to keep dipping into a limited pool in order to chase these great experiences? And then the second question, if you're nervous that you might run out of money, but you still want to enjoy your retirement and live the good life, do you break down and get a job, a part-time job? Do you consult? Is retirement kind of a concept that our society's outgrown in a way? The most retirees have to find ways to supplement their income. And then the third question, does retirement come down to a choice between being physically safe or financially safe? I know some people who would say they would spend as much money as it takes for them to feel comfortable and safe and living in an environment that is what they want. And if they run out of money, they'll just cross that bridge when they come to it. But I know other people that are like, hey, the money's finite. I can't toss it around willy-nilly. I'm willing to cut some corners with how I'm living to make sure that I don't run out of money. So where are you on this spectrum? You chase physical security at any cost? Or are you willing to sacrifice physical security or your living environment in order to have financial security? These are hard questions, but I hope we can talk about them here, because I think they're super important questions. And I think this is a boat that we're all more or less in to some degree. And I also think this might sound like a weird video to put in the middle of a Route 66 road trip, but the road brings you to many things. The road doesn't just give you breakfast burritos and endless sunsets and haunted motels. Sometimes the road gives you hard questions, and today is one of those times.